Yo, hold up. I'm trying to record this on the audio tip too, cause I might. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. Are you cold? Oh, trying to record this on the audio tip too, just in case I want to use it for a podcast. I'm about to. I know it's not the best time, algorithm wise, blah 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 blah. But I just want to get this rant and rave out real quick. Marcel P. Black. I guess this is Black Thoughts Radio / Black Thoughts TV / whatever. Um, I ain't talked to y'all in a little bit, so kind of want to run my mouth for a quick second. So I want to talk about growing old in hip hop. So I just posted this article. Complex posted it. It said why it's no longer too late for rappers in their 30s. It has Benny the Butcher on it. And basically, I saw another article talking about how, Benny's like 33, 34, and he's finding success. Um, Here's a caption that I made on the post. When the post went up, this is what I said. Um, I said, I'm really glad this article highlights that these rappers who found success in their 30s put 10 plus years of toiling hard work, in parentheses, mostly in the major label system, in first. A lot of times people see these headlines and think all they have to do is make the right song and they can skip the line to be a rap star at age 33. You don't get to be a star at age 33 if you wasn't working consistently since age 22. If you start at 30, be prepared to dedicate 6 to 8 years, and hopefully you can monetize your craft by age 38. Now, that's not being harsh. That's not me being a jerk. That's not me being a dream killer. That's a person who was a late bloomer himself. You know what I'm saying? Speaking. And a person who mentors a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, that are younger than me. And I'm constantly hearing the same frustrations over and over and over. Now, let me give my personal testimony. I signed my first deal when I was 19 years old. I was out of it by the time I was 23. I did the whole go back and forth to Atlanta rap nigga thing that everybody does. You know what I'm saying? Um, by the time I was 26, I quit rap. I was tired of rap until my life kind of changed 10 years ago, and I decided to get back behind the booth. You know what I'm saying? Behind the microphone. 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? I dropped my first meaningful piece of art. I didn't start getting paid gigs till I was 30. Over the last 10 years, it's been a lot of hard work. And by no means am I a star. But before COVID, I had gotten to the point to where I could, not go back to work a full-time job and be a full-time touring artist. And that all dried up real quick once Corona shut everything down. And it's been really, really hard on those touring artists. I just turned 37 last month. And I'd always told myself that by the time I turned 35, I was gonna quit if I wouldn't do music full time. It didn't happen until I was 36, and even then, let's not get it twisted. Even though I was doing music full time, it was a struggle. Just the amount of work you have to put in to, get a $250 show, or how to book a tour, or it's a lot of hard work. You know what I'm saying? But it took everything I had learned in the previous 10 years to be able to do that. One big pet peeve of mine, and it could be just me personally. It can be, I'm not above saying that, it's something that's really personal with me. One big pet peeve of mine is when I see artists who literally don't try to do anything creative in terms of what they do outside the booth. They have little to no work ethic. They don't do anything, but they hold on to this dream that one day I'm gonna make it big. And they think that, it used to be, they were going to be rapping outside of some club and Puff Daddy's gonna sign them. You know what I'm saying? Or later on it became, I'm gonna post a link and I'm gonna tag my favorite rapper. He's gonna hear it. And he's gonna sign me to LA, New York, give me a deal, and I'll never have to work again. Now is I'm gonna do some crazy stunt and go viral, and that's what's gonna make me be a rap star. And I'm telling you, man, like even if things happen, it's never like that. right? So the article mentions people like let me see. It mentions Two Chains, Currency, Freddie Gibbs, Rock Marciano, and of course, Benny the Butcher as rappers who didn't find success until their 30s. So let's look at all of them. It says many successful acts in their late 30s have a similar story. They're all industry survivors who were rewarded by their perseverance with the new business model that allowed them to circumvent labels. Two Chains toiled on Ludacris DTP. It says Currency. So we're talking about 2002, 2003. You know what I'm saying? 18 years ago, when Ludacris was signed to a major label on Def Jam as a part of Player Circle, right? Let's keep that in mind. Currency was a part of the pre-Drake and Nicki Minaj Young Money era, but it didn't start until he landed Jet Life. Before Currency was a part of Squad with Young Money and Lil Wayne. He was with No Limit 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So he's been in a system with major labels are huge with big budgets before. Freddie Gibbs has been putting out music since the early 2000s. He was signed to Interscope and it didn't work out. He left Interscope. He even signed with Jeezy with CTE in the mid 2000s, and that didn't work out as well until he went independent. It says, I'm sorry, Danny Brown. Danny Brown was in the industry in Detroit for years. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't break through his 30s, but he had 10 years in the industry in Detroit. Rock Marciano. I was a flip mode head back in high school. Rock Marciano was a part of Flip Mode, signed to a major label with Flip Mode, and Busta Rhymes in 2000, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he didn't leave Flip Mode until 2001. And he didn't drop his first solo album until 7 years later. So you can name all these artists who are in their late 30s, in their early 40s, who are just becoming like nationally known now as solo acts or whatever part they are, but they've been in the game for a long time. Like the whole Griselda movement. Yes, you learn about them. I want to say West Side Gun is 38. Conway might be like 33, 34. Benny's 33. Like, if you look back, they've been putting out their own music, booking their own tours um for the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? They put the time in. It wasn't just a couple of songs that they just put out that got them on. Um, I just posted yesterday and I tagged Randy in it. You know what I'm saying? I went to 2 years ago. I went to a venue where Conway was the headliner. He brought out Benny. Benny didn't even have nothing out. You know what I'm saying at the time, no albums or whatever. And he wasn't even on the bill. He came out as a guest. It was Conway and Flea Lord. Then he brought Benny out, and the room might have been probably 1,000 cap room, and it maybe have been 100 people there. You know what I'm saying? I was in Richmond, Virginia. The homie Black Liquor opened up the show. So, like, and they was independent at the time. I don't think they deal with Shady yet. I don't think Griselda had even linked with Shady yet. So the point I'm trying to make is this: is like Griselda has been putting in work a long, long time. Griselda didn't just start putting links up last year and then blew up. You understand what I'm saying? And I think like the way hip hop is, it really, really skips over. This how I look at it. I believe that if you are in the industry, I do think there's an age limit, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. The majority of the people who are successful in the industry and they're superstars, they're either rookies or they're legends, right? So you got the whatever the kids are doing. And the hip hop, every single day, a new nigga turned 18 years old, right? And so hip hop, the people who are not from the culture are always gonna push young people, right? Period. So you got your peeps, your perps, your yachties, your whatever, young boys. You know what I'm saying? Your Uzi Verts, whatever the kids are into, that's always gonna be a thing. The kid music is gonna stay the kids music. And then you got this huge gap until you get to the legends. So Busta's coming back out. Nas is dropping. Jay-Z is dropping. You know what I'm saying? Your Black Thoughts are dropping. Your Royce the 5.9s are dropping. You know what I'm saying? But if you think about it from the mainstream aspect, from the mainstream aspect, you don't really see, of course, and then you got the generation above the young people, and all these guys are in their mid to late 30s now. Your Kendrick, Drake, and Cole era, Wale era, the blog guys, they in their mid to late 30s, right? But you don't really see a lot of artists come through breaking through, you know what I'm saying, 28 to 35. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a huge generation gap in there because a lot of the guys born in the 80s, let's say 80 to 87, the underground. Like I said, you got your Kendrick, your Drake, your Coles, your Wale, the underground. And the underground because they're not superstars. Now, I'm not saying they're not successful. And you know, I have a huge bone to pick as it pertains to like advocating for underground hip hop. But I just think that like one thing all those people got in common, regardless of the level of success that they have, be it underground, be it mainstream, be it pop, be it crossover, is that they did fucking work. And what bothers me, what frustrates me, is when I see lots and lots and lots of talented artists who don't do no fucking work, but they expect the same level of success as anybody who's had some type of success. So I do believe that, you know, if you're a legend, the industry will make a play on you because you have a proven track record. If you a young guy coming up and you going viral, the industry is watching your numbers, and so they're gonna let you in. But if you're just a guy who didn't really do anything during his 20s and wakes up on his 31st birthday and says, I'm going to have a career in rap, and the only thing that you're doing to have a career in rap is just posting your links online, you can't expect to have the same level of success as a Benny the Butcher, because even though we're just not finding out about Benny the Butcher, Griselda's been around for a long time. From what I understand, you know, Benny started rapping late, but he fell into Griselda, which was already a well established and a well oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from what I've seen Benny perform and do festivals within the last couple of years. Benny is just not hoping, he's not throwing shit at a wall hoping it sticks, right? So now, on the other side of the situation, as a 37-year-old man who is just really entering my prime, man, y'all have no idea how bad COVID fucked my situation up, right? Like I was really, it was lit, and I'm gonna shake it back when the world opens up proper. That's the reason why I'm out here releasing music and merch and all this other type of pieces of art or whatever. But as a 37-year-old man, I 100% believe that as long as you're in the culture, you know what I'm saying, there is no age limit. And I say this as a person who, the first time I really broke out the South and stopped doing shows, just kind of like, you know, in the Gulf States, I was 34, 35 years old. One of my biggest fan bases right now is New England. And they love me. They show me so much more love. Granted, I've been rapping, putting out music since I was 19 years old. It doesn't matter that I'm not old to them because when you make like real hip hop music and you're really in the culture, like it's less about the trends and it's less about, you know what I'm saying, what's hot and what's going viral, and more about the quality of the art and the quality of the performance and the networking that you do. So a person like Cesar Comanche, who's in his early to mid 40s, he still does 80 shows a year and lectures at colleges and makes good money doing it. You know what I'm saying? My brother Pro Mac in his 40s, he's still, you know what I'm saying, touring the country, does probably 100 shows a year and DJing and producing and putting out incredible product. Big Low, you know what I'm saying? Same age as me. You know what I'm saying? Um, if we look at your Blueprint's in his mid 40s, releasing movies, releasing documentaries, releasing books, producing for people, right? Has one of the best hip hop podcasts out. And nobody cares that these guys are in their 40s. Nobody cares that these guys are in their late 30s, right? Because they're so in tune with the culture and the people, you know what I'm saying? That it doesn't matter what age they are. Nobody wants to, like, people who listen, you know, man, listening to young people music like that. They're supporting the culture. They don't really care about the age. And even then, the amount of work that we have to do, and to take me out of the conversation, the amount of work that they have to do is absolutely insane. Just to maintain that type of stuff. And my overall point is, if you're not trying to put any work in, then it doesn't matter how old you are, right? That's the reason why I try to impress upon young people while they're in their 20s to really put the work in, so you ain't got to work as hard on the back end. And honestly, I'm just keep it a beam. Y'all think Jay-Z don't do nothing every single day? Jay-Z is the most successful, the richest rapper in the game. Period. Like a legit billionaire, like powerful. From I don't even agree with the NFL stuff, but he pulled that off. I don't agree with the way he did Brooklyn Nets and the Barclays, but he pulled that off. Let's look at title. Let's look at the empire that him and his wife built. You think Jay-Z don't do nothing? He works. You think Diddy don't do nothing? He works. He put time in. So even so there's this misconception that, well, one day, Cyrock has been working forever. Cyrock has been working. Shout out to Soul Messiah. Soul Messiah's in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? Rhapsody is 37 years. Rhapsody's older than me. You know what I'm saying? It really, Rhapsody is, as far as quote unquote breaking into that mainstream thing, Rhapsody's like the true underground person breaking into the mainstream thing because she's 37 years old. She's put 15 years in, 17 years in. You know what I'm saying? Fonte's 41 years old. Like, so it's not the fact that I don't like old rappers, because I am an old rapper. Y'all see this one long gray hair? What is that? You know what I'm saying? I am an old rapper. What I'm saying is this: you got to put the work in. That's the point I'm trying to make here. There is no one day. It's every day. There is no one day. It's every single fucking day if you want to be successful. It's about working your plan. It's about making a plan, working your plan, executing your goals. And that's the thing that, I think a lot of people, how can I say it? I said this to Alfred a couple weeks ago. It's like a lot of people are afraid to face reality because then they realize that the dream is not real. Everybody has this thing to where they feel like, well, yeah, man, I'm just gonna put this online, and I'm not gonna have to go through all these tours when only 20 people at the show. I'm not gonna have to go through, what I'm saying, where I put this album out and I only get 20 physical CD sales, or nobody's gonna book me. I'm gonna put out this stuff and then I'm gonna skip the whole line and then I'll start to work. What you do not understand is that if you do not work, it does not matter, because nobody is going to pick a nigga up off the couch because they heard a song that they like. Let me tell you something. The people who really cut the checks, they don't like none of this shit because they don't care. They don't know anything about hip hop. They are solely looking at that. They're solely looking at your resume. They're solely looking at ain't no artist development no more. They're solely signing people that they can exploit as soon as possible. And so even if you got a good sounding song, if there's nothing there for them to exploit, they're not going to give you any money. Why if you don't if you do 2 or 3 shows a year and literally all you're doing is posting your links, you post your little video on Instagram and you post your links on your Twitter, your Facebook, so hit the link in my bio, and that's all you're doing, you ain't got no traction on radio. You ain't got no internet presence in terms of like social media. You ain't got no print interviews. You ain't got no blog, not blog interview. Yeah, you ain't got no blog posts, no website posts. You ain't got no podcast interviews. You ain't did no shows. You ain't did no festivals. You ain't did nothing. And you have maybe 20, 30 people who like your statuses. That is nothing to people who are hell bent on exploiting the next hot nigga up. You know what I'm saying? So yes, make the art. I would never tell somebody not to make hip hop. But at a certain point, you have to manage your expectations. And you have to be realistic about where you are and how far you're trying to go. And once you determine how hard you're going to work to get where you're going to go, that's where success comes in. Look, I'll never be a superstar. I love the underground. That's my tribe. That's where I fit in. I'll never be a superstar. And I'm gonna tell you why. Not because I ain't got the talent. It's because at age 37, I do not have 10 plus years of time in the major label music industry, enough track record to where somebody will give me a check. And I honestly, that's never been the route I'm trying to go. Now, as an independent artist, as an underground guy, I have a lot of tangible things that I can find as a success, and expand my brand, expand my music, and expand my reach amongst people. And so that's what I work towards. You know what I'm saying? Been blessed. I had an album nominated for Album of the Year with the Southern Entertainment Awards. I have a song that's under consideration for being Grammy nominated, being nominated for a Grammy, right? I was supposed to do lectures on college campuses this year. I was supposed to go out, you know what I'm saying? And there's still things, there's still cities I haven't been to. I haven't made my best music yet. But I know that I'll never get any of those things if I stop working. So you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm trying to say to you guys, right? So like while it's cool to understand and the thing about it is too, hip hop with 30-year-old rappers that are dope, 40-year-old rappers are dope. This ain't nothing new. People born between 1980 and 1987 do not get the props that we deserve for hip hop and the art that we put out because a lot of us are underground. If you look at Skyzoo's track record, I'm gonna harp on him. He has an impeccable track record as opposed to discography and moves that he's made. He's not a superstar. If we look at Black Milk, if we look at Odyssey, if we look at Fontaine Little Brother, if we look at all these artists, you know what I'm saying? Bamboo, you know what I'm saying? These guys who are got gray hairs like me, got wives, got kids, and a whole bunch of student loan debt like me, they've been putting out dope music for a long ass time. But our eyes always so easily get averted to what some white supremacists with a record label says that we should listen to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is very, very arbitrary. It's not as reflective of the people as you think it is, but that's a whole nother conversation. The point I'm trying to make is this: for all my rappers in the 30s, like myself, and I'm saying this with personal experience. If you want any type of success in this art, make great art. Any type of success in this music thing, make great art. Let's not get it twisted. But you got to put that work in. If you got a wife, she needs to understand that you're gonna be gone when you're doing these shows out of town, and you gotta pray that she's gonna be there when you get back because you didn't make as much money as you thought you would. She got to understand that you might pay some part of what you supposed to pay on the water bill to re up on these CDs. She got to understand that you might not be able to pick the kids from school every single day. She got to understand that instead of watching whatever Shonda Rhimes show comes on Thursday evenings, she got to understand that you might be in your studio, you know what I'm saying, recording something, or you might just have your headphones on writing to a beat, or that you might be spending 2 or 3 hours up until 3 o'clock in the morning emailing different promoters. She might know instead of she might want to go out for dinner on a Friday, she might understand that even though you ain't got a show, you're still passing out flyers. You're still promoting yourself. You're still coming up with ways to get your music out there. If you're willing to do that in your 30s, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to do that? Because I'm telling you, that will get you closer to any type of success, be it major label or be it independent label or just an underground grassroots rapper than just putting the fucking link online, Will. That's the way to do it. I don't know one person who was just sitting on their couch one day. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no such thing as overnight success. I don't know one person who was just sitting on their couch one day and they got a phone call now they on right now. Not one person. And you can't name me one person. So I'm not here trying to crush nobody's dreams. I'm not here trying to kill nobody's hunger. I'm just saying any type of success you want, you got to work for it. And I applaud Complex in the write up the article. Let me see who wrote it. Let me see who wrote it. I applaud him for that. That is, I don't really fool with Complex like that. But shout out to Andre G. You know what I'm saying? Like I applaud him for mentioning the hard work and that these guys wasn't overnight successes and that they went through all type of industry turmoil. A lot of people compare me to Killer Mike. Killer Mike didn't start seeing success when he was 40, but nobody talks about how Killer Mike got a Grammy when he was 27 years old. And he came in on the backs of the greatest rap group of all time and got a Grammy when he was 26, 27 years old to put out an album. He had already traveled the world. He had a second act with Run the Jewels, but a lot of that has a lot to do. What he did was in his 20s and his 30s. He might not have popped off until his late 30s, but he had a track record. He put in the time, he put in the work. Like it's just like if you don't ever show up to practice, you're not gonna just come in one day at halftime and shoot a half court shot and then end up on the Lakers. If you never played high school ball, if you never played college ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's too late. What I am saying is you gotta work. For any type of success you want in anything in life, you gotta put the motherfucking work in. Point blank, period. So I've said what I'm gonna say. Hope my mom ain't watching. I'm doing a whole bunch of cussing. Uh yeah. Real quick, while I got this camera up, I got the let me get the lighting right. I got the Search of the Black Messiah physicals in. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. There we go. The Search of the Black Messiah physicals, a deluxe edition. If you want to get you one, you know what I mean? Boom. If you want to get you one autograph, I got them in. The cassette should be in soon, so I'm gonna get them off to everybody who ordered one. Uh, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting and shopping with me. You know what I'm saying? Got the t-shirts, the cassettes, the hoodies, the CDs, the face masks, all the other good stuff. The critical response to the album, the you know what I'm saying, the deluxe edition has been very, very good. Go to marcelpblack.bandcamp.com and get you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is an impromptu live taping of Black Thoughts Radio / Black Thoughts TV. I will put this up on my Mixcloud. You know what I'm saying? Mixcloud.com / Black Thoughts Radio. Maroon Music One on YouTube. Put on my website. Things of that nature. I was hoping to have more people comment, but it is what it is. You know, it's cool. I got to rent out my system now. Go back to watching Law and Order SVU in the background. MarcelPBlack.bandcamp.com. All of my hobby freedom.